Hello everybody, welcome back to the game room. This is going to be awesome because I am going to be opening up a game system that I did not even know about before, and I have a feeling a lot of you didn't know about this either. This is a very strange thing. I accidentally found it on eBay and I had to have it. I'm going to unbox it and hopefully get to play it with you guys. Engage. Ah! Oh. Just kidding. So here it is. It is called the King of Fighters Maximum Impact. Before I rip into this, I just want to take a look around and see what's going on. It's a game system that looks a lot like the Game Boy Advanced SP, and I have one of those here right now. And size-wise, it's almost exactly the same, but the buttons obviously look a little bit different. There are interchangeable games that snap into the screen, and I think they're simple LCD games, just like the Tiger handhelds. So let's take a look at the names of the games, and they're listed up here at the top. Boxing King, that's kind of hard to say. The Persian Gulf Contest. Do they mean the Persian Gulf War? I guess a war is a contest. Maybe that has been mistranslated or something like that. Space-Time Laneret, or Laneret. Not sure how to pronounce that. Apparently that's some kind of bird. Now what does that have to do with space-time? I'm not sure. Maybe that's an episode of Star Trek I missed. Then we have Helicopter. I know what that is. The newest Counter-Strike. That... That could be a reference to the actual game called Counter-Strike. Then there's Blazing Autocycle. I had to look this up, but an autocycle is like a motorcycle, but it has 3 wheels and a steering wheel. It's kind of odd looking. Not sure if that's what they were going for or not. And then there's World Cup Contest. So that's the second contest. The first one is the Persian Gulf Contest. On the back, you can see what the gameplay looks like. And once again, it looks like the Tiger handhelds. When I said this was King of Fighters, I would expect to see a fighting game on here, but none of these look like fighting games. So it's a little confusing. Some of these names seem like they were messed up during translation to English, and I have no idea where this was sold. There's not that many of them on eBay. It could be dollar store stuff, or this could be something that was sold in Asia and it just found its way over here. Let's think about what date this came out. The Game Boy Advance SP came out in 2003, and they clearly modeled off of that. King of Fighters Maximum Impact came out on the PS2 first in 2004, so I'm thinking that this thing came out in 2004. Whoop. Oh. It's peeling off the cardboard on the back. See if I can do this carefully. Man, that kind of sucks. It got damaged. This thing could have been worth a lot of money. This is like something that would be put in an Easter basket. That's what this reminds me of, because those items were always taped. Okay, so I'm getting better at peeling this tape off without peeling the paper backing. I just now noticed it says Total New Games. Let's take a closer look at what we got here. It's very stiff. We have a reset button, a start button, an on-off button, and sound. So maybe that's a mute. These appear to be fake buttons. And I do see a battery compartment, so that's good. Oh, that's weird. Look at that. That looks like something you'd wear in prison. Let's see if there's a battery inside. I hope not. Let's feel the door. I feel like I'm gonna break it. Yeah, they successfully made a lesser version of the SP. Obviously, this part right here, they replicated almost exactly. And it's a little bit different here. This is a weird way to put 2 buttons. By the way, they are made by Digi King, and I really don't know much about them, but I have found other crappy handhelds that they have made. In fact, some of them have the same games as the games in this package. Let me see if I can take a game out, see how that works. What the fuck? What is that? There's like a photo in the background and some glue down there. It looks like this was cut out and there was writing along the top. Maybe it goes with one of the games or something, but that is really weird. I really want to take this thing apart now because the rest of the picture might be behind this. It doesn't look like it though. As it turns out, it's from Resident Evil Code Veronica, or Biohazard Code Veronica if you're in Japan. I noticed one of the characters on the back of the game had the same insignia on the wristbands. And there's some kind of rubber strip down here that keeps the game nestled in there, I guess. Before I attempt to play the games, I just want to take a look at the artwork that's on each of these little things. So this is Helicopter. Since they stole the King of Fighters logo, they probably stole this image from something. Let's take a look at Boxing King. These look like Neo Geo game characters. Maybe this is from the King of Fighters artwork. You know what? It does look like a fighting game. I just assumed it was a boxing game, so I didn't look at it that close. The newest Counter-Strike. That looks like Lara Croft right there. But down here, it looks like it says Veronica, so is it Code Veronica? And here's Space-Time Laranay. I like how they scrunched it around a little curve there. And this actually has some cool coloring. I don't know where they got this from, but this one looks cool. And I see some cool coloring on the screen itself. The Persian Gulf Contest. I don't recognize this from any cover. Blazing Autocycle. We got some race cars right here. I'm not sure if those are autocycles. They look like Formula One cars. Notice on some of them, the title is up here and the other is down there. And the Persian Gulf Contest is not capitalized. Blazing Autocycle is all caps. Anything goes. And finally, there's World Cup Contest, which just has some generic soccer photos. All right, so let's get some batteries. Before I put the batteries in, let's pick a game. We'll go with Boxing King. I don't know how this is going to make a connection, but we'll see. Okay, so I had to put that in the slot like that, and there we go. That snapped in place, so that actually works. I'm so happy there weren't any batteries in here to begin with because they would have been very corroded, probably. These games play about as bad as you would expect. I never liked these kind of games to begin with. It's hard to tell what's going on. It's a very, very small screen. I think some of the portions of the screen are not functioning correctly because sometimes you're barely visible when you move through certain patches of the screen. There was a score on each of these games, which is pretty good considering. What's really weird is that the system will still play if you don't have a game in it. I don't know if it's remembering the last game that I had in it or whether or not it has a built-in game. Look, Ma, no games! I did go inside of it. Overall, it's not too fancy. There's a speaker that looks like it cost 10 cents. I could have gone further into the screen, but I didn't want to tear it apart. Everything in here is very fragile. As for the packaging, time for the 500-year journey of decomposition to begin. I wanted to ask you something. Do you think I should display this with the rest of my handhelds? It is quite different and very primitive with the little snap-in screens, but then again, the Microvision up there has the same kind of thing going on. You snap in the screens. Let me know in the comments if you think I should display it here or not. If I did, I would have to fold it and then put it down here, and people will probably think that's just a Game Boy Advance SP. It's more bootleg than an authentic game system, so maybe it doesn't belong up there, but let me know what you think. Okay, so what's my overall opinion of this thing? It is a glorious train wreck. It feels like it's gonna fall apart in my hand. Everything feels fragile. I'm glad I got footage of it so that if someone encounters this in the future, they'll have something to refer to. I enjoyed going over it with you. If you know anything about this system, please let me know in the comments. I would like to know more about it. If you want to watch another cool video, I made this one recently where I talk about how retro prices are starting to go down for certain systems. There's a link on the screen right there for you. May your games make you happy and smart, and may people respect you for playing them. So long, everybody.
Rise from your grave.